up on an all-new list. Why avocados are so much more than just toast.
That is one of the best desserts I have ever eaten.
Plus,
If you can breathe,
You can blow.
take a deep breath. We're blowing glass.
Squeeze hard and cut.
boom, nailed it.
But first, simple ways to resolve conflicts with your partner.
Are you feeling manipulated? Are you feeling frustrated?
It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Rhodes. As we all know, even the greatest relationships aren't perfect. People are just too complicated to completely agree on everything. But what matters is how you deal with disagreements. Jackie Denker has a few ways to cool down conflicts, and that's our featured story at the top of the list.
Conflict in any relationship is inevitable.
But the important thing to do is to be able to support one another and validate one another despite our differences.
To learn how to do that when things get heated, we turned to clinical psychologist Dr. Vijita Singh. Starting with, it's okay to buy yourself some time to think.
Sometimes when a partner starts talking about something or brings up a concern or a grievance, it might not be the best time. You might be stressed, overwhelmed, or even just surprised by what they're bringing up.
So it's important to step back and say,
Hey, I need to think about this, or thank you for bringing this up. Can I get back to you? Kind of like you would in a work situation, so that you have the time to think about it, process, and then get back to them.
next, it's time to practice self-compassion.
Practicing self-compassion is really important because we might have a lot of different thoughts and feelings about what just happened and what they brought up.
So take time for you.
Take a walk if we need to, listen to some music, get a glass of water, distract ourselves a little bit so that we can feel like we have a little bit of space and distance to be able to process how we're feeling. Being open to our partner's needs means really listening to our partner. Oftentimes, our partners have a lot of thoughts and feelings about what they want to communicate, and it's very easy to get swept into feeling defensive.
So what we want to do
is give them a few minutes just to be able to speak and share their concern. And just listening in silence, letting them know that you're listening to them, making eye contact with them makes them feel heard and really validated.
Finally, respond with kindness.
Responding with kindness means, one, letting our partner know that we heard what they had to say. So we might summarize what it is that they said and then use I statements to share how we feel.
So really let them know that we processed and heard what they said.
And we want to be able to share what our perspective is so that we also feel heard and validated.
Knowing how to effectively handle conflict with our partners is on the top of the list.
In these divided times, there's one thing pretty much everyone agrees on. We love avocados, especially in the summer. Teresa Strasser met with the great-grandson of the Hass Avocado patent owner and learned some unique recipes.
Avocados have become the superfood of all superfoods.
You can actually substitute avocados into every dish to cover some of those bad fatty ingredients.
And who would know avocados better than the great-grandson of the owner of the patent for Hass Avocados, Tim Hass, owner of Patent 139 Brewing Company.
I understand that you are avocado royalty.
Yes, my great-grandfather, Rudolph Hass, actually held the patent for black-skinned avocados. So back in 1935, he was awarded the 139th patent of the United States.
Do you think he would be surprised at how much humanity has embraced the avocado?
I think he would. 90% of the world's avocados are actually Hass avocados consumed.
So to make great-grandpa Hass proud, we are stepping into the kitchen with Chef Jared Martinez to make some avocado-infused dishes. First up, the salsa verde octopus. Start by adding cilantro and garlic to a food processor, then add your peppers.
2 serranos and 1 jalapeno. And then add this fresh squeezed lime juice.
Next, add in water and blend.
And then we're gonna add in the avocado with a pinch of salt.
Blend until you have a creamy consistency.
What we've done with the octopus, I've sous vide it for 5 hours at 171 degrees in bacon fat and sherry wine.
That sauce is amazing.
Up next, we're making avocado green buffalo sauce, perfect for wings or even grilled cauliflower.
We take shishito peppers as well as serrano chilies, and we blanch them and blend them down with some white vinegar and strain that out really nice until you get green hot sauce.
Add in garlic, cilantro, and avocados, and you are ready to toss with wings.
How's my tossing?
Good.
I haven't splattered you yet.
Nope.
Plate your wings and dig in.
Tasty and salty, it's everything.
And lastly, we have a creamy twist on a favorite dessert, creme brulee, but with avocados. Start with your food processor, adding in avocados, sugar, limes, and condensed milk.
And then we just put the top on and blend it.
Pour into a ramekin and chill for 30 minutes.
So now what I'm putting on is just a little bit of cane sugar. This is gonna make the classic brulee glass that you get to crack into.
Then, fire away.
That is one of the best desserts I have ever eaten.
We're making recipes infused with avocados.
Okay, it's one thing to serve friends wine when they come over. It's another to serve it in wine glasses you made from scratch. Glass blowing is an ancient art form that people are discovering all over again. Here's what happened when Haddie Djemal gave it a shot.
It's art you can breathe life into, literally, glass blowing. While most would call it an ancient technique, Phoenix Glass Center owner and master instructor Justin Daniels says,
It's like magic. You're taking this molten substance, you're melting it down, you're manipulating it.
more than just a 1,000-year-old craft, Justin says it can be a truly rewarding experience if you're willing to try. What does it really require to be a glass blower?
It takes time and practice.
And instructed lessons with a professional, of course. So Justin shows us what to expect at our first glass blowing lesson. And for beginners, Justin says, expect to start with the basic piece.
Cups are basic because if you can make a cup, you can pretty much make any other shape out there.
While you may not be making any cathedral-ready stained glass anytime soon, you can make your own wine glass in less than an hour.
I'm going to turn this blowpipe. It's going to collect material, collect glass onto the end of it.
From start to finish, glass blowing is a very meticulous process. Everything has to be done just right.
Then when we go down to the color, we're going to come down nice and flat and let it rest.
You're handling molten glass that's just over 2,000 degrees, so safety is vital, and so is the equipment you use. Bringing us to the toolkit.
Would you call this the glass blower's standard toolkit right here?
They are. These tools are used by every glass blower around the world.
These mad scientist-looking tools play a big role in turning your blob of glass into artwork.
Squeeze hard and cut.
Boom! Nailed it.
While some tools are used to shape, others create unique color patterns and designs.
We'll do one more right there. Kind of feels like taffy a little bit.
It does feel like taffy.
And if you don't feel medieval enough yet, you'll reheat your piece regularly in what glass blowers call the glory hole.
I feel like I'm in a different century right now.
Once your shaping and design is done, it's time for the final steps. Blow and bake.
Always wait to start blowing until I tell you. The commands are blow light, blow hard, and stop.
When you start to blow, don't think lung power, think soup cooler.
Go ahead and blow light. Stop and take a breath of air. Blow a little harder.
Proper blowing technique is really what makes your piece pop. After a quick break and some final touches, your piece goes into another furnace called the annealer, where you'll use your final tool, patience.
We want to maintain 950, which is a nice happy temperature for the glass, and then it'll slowly cool it down over an 8 to 12 hour period.
Even though glass blowing may take years to master, just remember,
If you can breathe,
You can blow.
breathing life into your inner craftsman through glass blowing.
Here's what's coming up on the list. How to expand your financial comfort zone.
You're training your mind to prove that you can control your financial future.
And improve more than your eyesight with these smart glasses.
Alexa, turn on the patio lights.
Plus, meet the hot new voices of country music.
They're really breaking barriers when it comes to country music.
Next on the list.
YouTube! Busting in here right quick to ask you to please subscribe, turn on notifications by ringing the bell down below. Okay, you ready? Good. Back to the show. Welcome back. We'd all like to be comfortable financially and maybe even get a big raise. But to have that happen doesn't just take expertise, it takes attitude. We're learning to expand your money comfort zone.
Almost all of us say we'd like to make more money, but the truth is you won't make it until you feel you deserve it.
Many people do treat their finances as a necessary evil, and that just keeps them stuck in their money story.
Eleni Anastos, business strategist and prosperity coach, has 3 tips to help you expand your money comfort zone when it comes to finances. For starters, ask yourself the right questions.
The best questions to ask yourself are open-ended, because then you're training your mind to search for opportunity, to search for solution.
So say, how can I afford it versus I can't afford it? She suggests a technique called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS.
The reticular activating system is a filter for your mind, and it is designed to support what you are thinking.
If your thoughts about money are negative,
I'll never make more money.
Your RAS will search for evidence to prove you're right, but you can reprogram it with positive, empowering thoughts.
You're training your mind to prove that it's true. You can control your financial future.
Next, define your prosperous self.
When you want something different for yourself, you have to act and think differently.
You can't wait for the money to come before you feel prosperous.
You have to embrace that identity first.
Your new prosperous self could be someone that travels more, runs their own business, or builds their dream home.
Then you're going to want to reverse engineer to map out exactly the steps that are going to be necessary to get you there.
Finally, raise your financial set point.
Your financial set point is the amount of money that you need to bring in on a monthly basis to cover your basic bills.
People stay stuck in that financial set point usually because they're on autopilot.
Mindset is key in creating a new financial future, especially if your old self has been used to just getting by financially.
To raise your financial set point, you have to increase the amount of money you bring in or save on a monthly basis.
It could be $5, it could be $50, it could be $500. The number doesn't matter. Your commitment to it does.
Review your spending habits, see where you can save here and there, and look for new opportunities with side hustles.
Not that it's easy, but it starts with that commitment to yourself.
Learning to make peace with prosperity.
This time of year, bees are in the news for swarming in unusual places. Witness this photo of the NYPD Beekeepers Unit removing around 8,000 bees from 3 World Trade Center. Bees are so important, folks are making it their business to help them out. And Teresa Strasser shares 3 recent ways people are doing just that. Hey, Teresa.
Thank you. These sweet stories are getting a lot of attention for showing how businesses, nonprofits, and local initiatives are helping honeybees. Coming in number 1, St. Petersburg, Florida's. How's your day, honey?
So we do it all. We save and rescue bees from people's home, tree, commercial building, whatever you have. And then from there, I bring them to an apiary just like this.
Queen bee Alicia Bixler started with just 2 hives and now has a thriving business of over 150 hives.
We have honey coming out of our ears.
And in between removing and relocating bees, Alicia is gaining national buzz on TikTok.
This is one of the coolest things I've seen in the beekeeping world. It's called queen balling.
You can find out more about her company at howsyourdayhoney.com. At number 2, Detroit Hives is a Michigan nonprofit that's turning vacant lots into pollinator-friendly spaces.
We sought out to transform vacant lots to bee farms, work with local businesses, educate youth on the importance of bee conservation.
They manage over 50 hives, and funding comes through grants and donations. Their purpose? To rebuild inner city communities.
By introducing pollinators or native bees into our environment, we're guaranteed to create educational opportunities, we're guaranteed to address food insecurity, and we're also guaranteed to see more beautified spaces.
All their info is at DetroitHives.org. And third on our buzzworthy headlines list, Boise, Idaho's new Bee Watch initiative.
By utilizing community scientists, we can maybe understand a larger breadth of bee diversity.
At 14 spots around the Treasure Valley, Bee Box installments invite locals to become citizen scientists.
We recommend that people go in the morning just because that's often when bees are active.
After observing bee activity for 15 minutes, folks use their phone's camera to scan a QR code near the box. That'll take them to a survey where the citizen scientists can report their findings.
So we were curious if our restoration efforts are increasing bee diversity and what kind of bees are actually out there in sites where there's a lot of invasive species.
And there have been over 1,200 observations so far. And those were 3 headlines about folks helping honeybees. Lots more to come on the list. Stay right here.
You want the most out of life, and thelistTV.com is your one place to find it all. From money-saving hacks to great family vacations to mouth-watering recipes and the latest lifestyle trends. Get what's new, what's now, and what's next. thelistTV.com.
We're back, and your summer music playlist is about to get even better because we're adding the sound of country to it. Haddie Djemal's looking at some up-and-coming stars in country music on the hot list.
There's something about country music and summertime that just go hand in hand.
Nothing like being out there on the boat with your family or at a barbecue. And these are 3 artists you definitely want to have on your summer playlist.
Country music industry expert and producer Gabe Lenners introduces us to 3 country music rising stars who have quickly found social media and chart success.
These artists are songwriters, they have characteristics of other genres, and they're really breaking barriers when it comes to country music.
First up, Carter Faith.
And what really pulls me into Carter Faith is her storytelling skills.
The country pop star released her debut EP, Let Love Be Love, last year, and earlier this March landed a deal with Universal Music Publishing Group Nashville.
She kind of reminds me of a young Casey Musgraves or Miranda Lambert. Sky's the limit for Carter.
Let's move on to our next country music newcomer, Breland.
Don't touch my truck.
It's tough to define one sound when it comes to Breland. He has elements of hip hop, elements of soul, gospel music, and of course, the thing that ties it all together is country.
His 2019 debut single titled My Truck became a viral hit, and now he's gearing up to release his debut album titled Cross Country. It's out September 9th.
The song you need to look out for this summer, though, is called Natural. It's a catchy song. You definitely want to listen to it when you're riding down the road with your friends or just hanging out at a party.
We're wrapping it up with Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll has had this remarkable career at building his brand. He has elements of rock in there, there's some rap as well, and he has this song out called Son of the Sinner.
The heartfelt song is part of his 2021 album Ballads of the Broken, and it chronicles the singer's struggles with addiction.
And it's just raw and authentic, and there's nothing like it right now today in country music, and that's why it's climbing the charts.
And now you're all caught up with the up-and-coming talent in country music.
Next, we're looking to the future with smart glasses. That's coming up. We're back. Remember when Google Glasses came out years ago? Those odd-looking things that got a lot of buzz but never really caught on. Well, welcome to the next generation. Christina's seeing the world in a whole new way with the new wave of smart glasses.
Okay, Glass. Google introduced the world of smart glasses back in 2012, but they didn't quite take off as the technology needed time to mature. Today, the features are more like smartphones, so we're taking a look at 3 popular brands, starting with the Ray-Ban Stories from Meta.
We actually started first and foremost on designing glasses that people would actually want to wear.
The tech blends instead of standing out, and everything from phone calls to photos is voice activated.
You actually have 5-megapixel cameras right in the front of the frames. It's going to let you capture those special moments.
The free companion app allows you to share your pics and videos on social media. Then there are integrated micro speakers.
So you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to music, you can take a phone call, all of this again without really having to use your hands at all.
The Ray-Ban Stories come in a variety of styles and colors, starting at $299, available online.
Turn on the patio lights.
Our Our next set of smart specs are all about Amazon's popular voice assistant, Alexa. The Echo Frames from Amazon.
Good morning. Your next event is Coffee with Rebecca at 9 a.m.
Echo Frames direct sound straight to your ears, so you can discreetly hear Alexa. And with no cameras or displays, you're free to see the world around you.
These stay connected to the Alexa app through your smartphone anywhere you go.
Alexa, add Rinzu Sushi to our favorite restaurant list.
They're prescription ready and come in a variety of lens colors. Find them online for $249. The last ones on our list are taking it up a notch. The Vuzix Professional Smart Glasses.
Smart glasses are going to completely change the way work gets done. And it allows the connection of the metaverse, where most of the information is to fix all this stuff, to be connected right into the real world through our glasses.
Paul Travers says orthopedic surgeons are using these on a regular basis, and doctors are using them for remote care.
Doctors access medical specialists to diagnose patients remotely and efficiently.
You can learn more about these glasses on Vuzix.com. Taking a new look at our brave new world with smart glasses.
Well, what do you know? The old yarn that glasses make you look smarter is finally true. Now I just need ones that plug directly into my brain. YouTube gratitude. You made it all the way through. Now please hit the subscribe. That's right, your reward for watching all the way through is a thank you haiku. Note the 575 meter. You might also leave a comment and turn on notifications if you're so inclined, and we'd certainly appreciate it. We're like a potato chip of infotainment. You can't stop at just once, so here are more episodes. 0 calories. Binge away.